Good evening and thanks for joining us. In Beirut tonight, there's a mixture of grief and exhaustion, plus demands for answers as new details emerge that negligence may have led to the massive explosion in the port. Beirut city governor says half the city has been damaged. This was one moment of relief. Crews pulled this young man from the rubble. He'd been trapped for more than 10 hours. Others, though, are still trapped, and rescuers are working through the night using flashlights to search for signs of life. But with so many buildings to search, they're struggling to keep up. A 2-week state of emergency has now been declared. Up to 300,000 people have no home to go back to. And the popular waterfront neighborhood bars and restaurants have been reduced to rubble. More than 135 people are known to have died, and that number is likely to rise. Over 5,000 people are injured, and treating them has become a major challenge. According to the World Health Organization, 3 of Beirut's hospitals were so badly damaged they can't even accept patients. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation, and the crater it left behind in the port is massive. Everything near it is obliterated. Lebanon's prime minister says more than 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate confiscated from a ship had been stored there for more than 6 years without proper safety measures. Reuters reports a team of inspectors warned 6 months ago if it wasn't removed, it could blow up all of Beirut. A number of port officials have been put under house arrest. In a city scarred by years of civil war and bombings, nothing has been as devastating as this. Crystal Goomansingh on how life in Beirut changed in an instant.
The debris field still being searched stretches for kilometers, and the work is grim. Down every street, boulders of concrete, mangled metal, and broken glass. The shop owner says, "I lived through the war and tough circumstances, but I never saw something like this before." Isra Zeblani was in downtown Beirut, happily posing for a video in her wedding dress when the blast happened. 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate exploded, but it's not clear what caused the blast. According to Lebanon's Prime Minister Hassan Diab, it's been stored at the port for years. The shipment was traveling from Georgia to Mozambique in 2013, but the vessel made an unexpected stop at the port because of mechanical issues. The delay was long, and the crew eventually abandoned the ship. There are reports that port officials wrote several letters requesting government authorities deal with the potentially dangerous material. The president is vowing to hold those responsible to account. Pending an investigation, all port officials have been put under house arrest, a move that comes amid allegations of negligence.
Speechless, really. I can't say much except that we feel so sorry for the losses that we had.
Taking in the destruction, Beirut's mayor says the city can come back in time, but rebuilding would cost millions, and Lebanon is virtually broke. Unemployment is around 50%, and now tens of thousands are homeless. With the country's main port destroyed, there are more questions about the food supply. Habib Bata is a writer with Beirut Report. He compares the country to a pool with no lifeguard.
There's no government, really. And then you throw a massive mushroom cloud bomb into the whole thing. I mean, it's just unreal.
Zeblani and her husband returned to the site of their unforgettable wedding shoot.
I was shocked. I was wondering what happened. Am I going to die? How I'm going to die?
So many lives were lost, and many more have been shattered. Crystal Goomansingh, Global News, London.
It was 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate that blew up in Beirut. So what is it and how dangerous is it? Ammonium nitrate is a chemical component that's most commonly used in fertilizers. It's also used to create explosives for mining and has been used in terrorist attacks. It's produced as small pellets or prills, is made all over the world, and is relatively cheap to buy. On its own, it's safe to handle, but in a fire, it acts as a powerful accelerant. Many countries have regulations about the handling and storage of large amounts of ammonium nitrate, including Canada. If it's stored improperly for too long, it decays, absorbs moisture, and forms into a rock-like mass. If fire reaches it then, the chemical reaction is much more intense. It's happened before. In 2015, ammonium nitrate and other chemicals exploded at a port in China, killing more than 170 people. And in 1947, a blast on board a cargo ship in Texas City claimed between 400 and 600 lives, the deadliest industrial accident in U.S. history. And in 1995, Timothy McVeigh used 2 tons of ammonium nitrate to create a bomb in Oklahoma City, which obliterated a federal building and killed 168 people.